Hello everyone, I Professor Sononiasi from Civil Department. His college name is the ADSUL Technical Campus, Ahmednagar. In previous session, I will discuss the 26 terminologies in subject of structural design and drawing 3, unit number first, pre-stress concrete analysis. Is the first one is terminology is the Anchorage devices terminology. First is the Anchorage. First is the Anchorage device. What is the Anchorage device? This is a device generally used to enable the tendon to impart and maintain pre-stress in the concrete. The commonly used anchorage are the President, Magnell, Blatton, Gifford, Woodall, Leonhardt, Rioblin and BBRV system is the Anchorage devices. Then the second one terminology is the axial pre-stressing. Second is the axial pre-stressing. Axial pre-stressing is nothing but the members in which this entire cross section of concrete has uniform compressive pre-stress. In this type of pre-stressing, the centroid of the tendons coincide with that of the concrete section is the axial pre-stressing. Then the third one is the bonded pre-stress concrete and unbonded pre-stress concrete member. Third one is the first type is the bonded pre-stress concrete member. In third terminology is there are two types, bonded pre-stress concrete and the unbonded pre-stress concrete member. Then the first one is the bonded pre-stress concrete member. Is nothing but the bonded members are pre-stress concrete member in which tendons are bonded to the concrete either directly or through grouting pre-tension and grouted tendons members are the bonded members. Then the second is the unbonded pre-stress concrete member. Unbonded pre-stress concrete members is nothing but the unbonded concrete members differs from bonded members by providing permanent degree of freedom to each individual cable movement with respect to the surrounding concrete to achieve this. Each individual tendons is coated with grease and covered by a plastic sheathing. For in an extrusion process, the transfer of tension to the concrete is achieved by process. The transfer of tension to the concrete is achieved by the steel cable acting against steel anchors embedded in the perimeters of the slab. is the unbounded pre-stressed concrete member. Fourth one is the cap cable. Fourth one is the cap cable. Cap cable is nothing but a short curved tendons arranged at the interior supports of the continuous beam. The anchors are in the compression zone. While the curved portion is in the tensile zone. Is the cap cable. Then fifth terminology is the concordant pre-stressing. Concordant pre-stressing is nothing but the pre-stressing of member in which the cables follow a concordant profile. In the case of statically indeterminate structures, concordant pre-stressing does not cause any changes in the support reaction. Then the sixth one terminology is the circular pre-stressing. Circular pre-stressing is nothing but the term refers to pre-stressing in round member such as tanks and pipes. In circular pre-stressing is nothing but the pipes and tanks is the example of circular pre-stressing. Then the seventh is the cracking load. Seventh is the cracking load. Cracking load is nothing but the load on the structure element corresponding to the first visible crack. Is nothing but the first visible crack is nothing but the cracking load. Then the eighth terminology is the creep in concrete. Creep in concrete, progressive increase in the inelastic deformation of concrete under sustained stress components. Progressive increase in the inelastic deformation of concrete under sustained stress components. Then the ninth one is the creep coefficient. Creep coefficient is nothing but the ratio of the total creeps, strength to elastic strength in concrete. Then the tenth terminology is the degree of pre-stressing. Degree of pre-stressing is nothing but a measure of the magnitude of the pre-stressing force related to the resultant stress occurring in the structural member of working loads. Degree of pre-stressing is the 11th is the debonding. 11th. There are 26 terminology in design subject. Then the 11th is debonding. Debonding prevention of bond between the steel wire and the surrounding concrete. And the surrounding concrete is the debonding. Then the 12th one is the eccentric pre-stressing. Eccentric. Eccentric pre-stressing is nothing but a section of which the tendons are eccentric to the centroid, resulting in a triangular or trapezoidal compressive stress distribution is the eccentric pre-stressing. Then the 13th terminology is the full pre-stressing. Full pre-stressing, pre-stressed concrete in which tensile stresses in the concrete are entirely obviated by having sufficiently high pre-stress in the members. Then the 14th is the limited or partial pre-stressing. Limited or partial pre-stressing is nothing but the degree of pre-stress applied to concrete in which tensile stresses limited degree are permitted in concrete under working load. In this case, in addition to tension steel, a considerable proportion of untensioned reinforcement is generally used to limit the width of load cracks developed under service load. 15th terminology is the moderate pre-stressing. Moderate pre-stressing is nothing but in this type no limit is imposed upon the magnitude of the tensile stresses at working loads. According to Linhart's, this form of construction is not really pre-stressed concrete but is to be regarded of reinforced concrete with reduced cracking, and cracking the sections should be analyzed according to the rules of reinforced concrete as a case of bending combined with axial force is the moderate pre-stressing. 16 is the non-bonded pre-stress. Non-bonded. Non-bonded pre-stressed concrete is nothing but a method of construction in which the tendons are not bonded to the surrounding concrete. The tendons may be placed in ducts formed in the concrete members, or they may be placed outside the concrete sections. Then the 17 is the pretension. 17. Pre-tensioning. Total is the 17 terminologies discussed in this session, and the next lecture will be continued on tomorrow. Thank you.